All right, starting lineups for both squads. Cougars being announced.
Yes, Cougars going with their normal starting lineup here tonight. 3 seniors and 2 sophomores. Carly Doris, Jesselyn Beaver, Ella Nelson, Allie Stout, and Julia Sanchez. Cougars hopefully a little bit healthier. Tuesday night was the team flu game. So 6 of the 8 starters were all sick the day before or the day of in some capacity. And
that was against Pierce City?
Against Pierce City, yeah, and had a tough loss against Pierce City.
Is that a game you think we could win?
We'd have to play a lot better than we did to pull off. Pierce City was a great team. They shot incredibly well from range. And we just, you know, the sickness definitely held us back a little bit, but we were just outplayed. So 3rd contest of the night, JV boys and the varsity boys have taken care of business here at homecoming at College Heights. Or New Heights, excuse me. So we'll see how all teams have come out. And turnover right away after we won the tip. So we got Hall throwing the ball in to Alcaraz. Step through, and that's a travel. So all 3 Cougars teams putting on the full court pressure early on in the game.
Yeah, good job of the Cougars trapping and then not slapping down and committing a foul, letting her travel.
So Beaver passes the ball over to Sanchez. Tightly guarded there by number 4, Hall. Back over Beaver. Dorscombe sets the screen, looking for that roll. Picks it over to Sanchez. Sanchez shooting well from range. Just a little too deep on that 3. Stout had an opportunity to take it, but she passes it up to Beaver. Over to Sanchez. Ball gets poked out.
That's definitely a shot I've seen Stout take in the past. She was wide open for 3.
Yeah, I think she was interested in trying to get the offense rolling instead of looking at her opportunity she actually had. Nelson sets the screen, pass over to Sanchez. Beaver's going to go and take the short shot. It's off the front of the rim, and the rebound by Hilburn. Hilburn passes open underneath. Blocked, I think. When she passed it out, I wasn't quite sure. So Alcaraz over to Hall. Hall to Aldridge. Back over to Hall. Trying to get that ball underneath. And Cougars doing a good job guarding that. And Nelson's going to get fouled as she recovers the loose ball.
Tigers, number 4, Honesty Hall. It's her first and team first.
So fouled by Honesty Hall.
She admitted to it.
Raised her hand. Sure that's not a new joke to her. Skip pass over to Doris. Cougars have shot well from range. And Sanchez just off the front corner of the rim. And Hall gets the ball after the quick. Stout doing a good job. And gonna draw the foul. She does a great job closing out.
I've seen several of these Lady Cougars games. I haven't been to all of them, but Sanchez has made a lot of big 3s late. Hasn't hit a whole lot early.
Yeah, the past couple of games, it's been more consistent throughout the game. Cougars had a huge night against Seneca, where we went into Seneca Class 4 and beat them. And our whole team, really 3-4 of our starters shot well at range most of the game. So Hall off on the first. And loose ball poked out, recovered by Exeter. Almost a travel there. She's trying to figure out where to go with it. And that shot up is just off the mark as Willis missed it underneath. Pushed up to Nelson. Nelson, pass over to Stout. Stout gets it up and just rims out. And our layup woes in the first quarter continue for the Cougars. Varsity boys had a tough time finishing their layups in the first quarter. Here's putting the trap on. Passing that ball long. And good job by Doris to poke it free and then force the jump ball. So good play by Doris. But neither team have any points here early in the first quarter. Exeter putting on their own pressure. Floats it into Beaver. Off her fingertips, but tipped out and last touched by Alcaraz. That's in the door. She has an opportunity. She doesn't take it. There we go. That's what they were looking for. Stout just short on three. Beaver gets the ball. Drives through and going to get a blocking foul on number 10, Hilburn.
Good job by Beaver finding that space to get that offensive rebound.
That's her first personal. And team second.
Yeah, Hilburn likes trying to split the defenders, get that ball. And there you go. That's the play they wanted to get. Nelson just off. Loose ball. Hilburn pushing the ball up and banks it off the rim and gets the first points of the game. There's the pass. Good play. Good transition.
Wow, two Cougars wide open.
Yeah, good long court passing, and man, both teams are just chucking it down the court. And we're gonna get a foul called. I didn't see the action. Was it on?
Number 2, Julia Sanchez.
Yeah, Sanchez.
That's her first personal and team second.
Sanchez, usually the first one to get 2 fouls for the Lady Cougars. Skip pass, just over the head of Sanchez. Willis goes in, not there. And good block there by Nelson.
Cougars playing lady-to-lady defense.
Yes, they do play lady to lady, also known as man-to-man. But think if we be politically correct, you are the wokest of all the College Heights and New Heights announcers. I'm saying College Heights a lot tonight because we got a lot of alumni stuff going on. Over to Willis. Willis for the long 2, rims out, put back, and now 4-2. Oh, nice play. Pushing the ball up. Oh, my word. Doris missing 2 underneath, and we're going to get a jump ball. Doris misses the initial shot, gets her rebound, puts it back up, but misses both. And Exeter hangs on to a 4-2 lead. And we've got waiting on something here. I'm not quite sure what.
Jump ball.
Yeah. Screen come around. Stout gets up for 3. Long. So the Cougars start the night just a little flat, offensively, defensively. But I will say that of the 3 teams that we've seen tonight, this is the strongest of the teams out of Exeter. Hall gets the ball over to Alcaraz.
Yeah, it's nice that we're going to have a nightcap that's a competitive matchup.
Alcaraz looking on that entry pass, well defended by Doris, who knocks it out as they try to get that entry pass into Hilburn. Trying to find some movement, trying to find some type of angle, not there. Sanchez doing a good job feeling it, and then she's going to get fouled.
Yeah,
by
Sanchez
Alcaraz.
came in and covered the wing, and the no-look pass, Sanchez was right there for the steal.
That's the 3rd team foul on Exeter.
Beatrice Alvarez. That's her first
Substitution
personal.
here as Prater comes in as Sanchez gets a breather. Cougars pushing the ball up. Beavers pushing through, gets one back to Stout. Maybe this one can fall, and it's short as well. A good rebound. Beaver to secure it. Prater goes up for three. Hard off the glass, and a rebound by Alcaraz as she brings the ball up. Pass over to Hall, and ball's loose, stolen, and going to get poked out. No foul called.
Oh, my goodness. That was so clearly a foul. She gets raked over the face as.
Oh, and that ball is going to stay with Exeter. I'm not sure we agree with that call. Alcaraz set up the offense. Over to Aldridge. Aldridge back up top to Hall. Aldridge, she's trying to get some type of movement. They keep looking for that entry pass. And, we're going to get a travel, even though Ella Nelson was on her arm.
I'm not sure I saw the travel there. Let me look at that one again.
Checking in for the Cougars, number 2, Julia Sanchez, and number 32,
Didn't see it. And we got a timeout. 30-second timeout called by Coach B.
I don't know where there's a travel. She catches the ball. The ball gets knocked away.
I thought for sure they were going to call the foul on Nelson, as she had her arm was coming across Exeter's player's arm.
Amazing College Heights, New Heights merch over there in the foyer. Go Bison.
So Cougars put some subs in right before the timeout. As Sanchez comes back in for Beaver. And Lackey comes in for Nelson. And it's going to be Cougars ball underneath as Praters gets set to throw the ball in. Exeter stays in the press. Also over to Lackey. Lackey over to Stout. Here up to Doris. Doris skips it over to Lackey, who gets it across the timeline.
The Cougars have done a nice job breaking the press tonight.
On Doris looking for Lackey. Good flash, and she's going to go to the free throw line. So good quick play there by the Cougars.
Foul's going to be on the Tigers, number 11, Riley Willis. That's her first personal, and team fourth. Lackey at the line, shooting 2.
Lackey goes to the line to shoot 2. And good on the first. So Doris gets just gets that ball in the high post, immediately turns and looks to Lackey, who's flashing through, and draws the foul. And a chance to tie it up here, which she does. Substitution here is now Beaver comes in, and Stout will get a breather. Then Cougars stay in their press, which Exeter tends to like to break by just throwing the ball down the court. But that time, that's a dribble coast to coast. Loose ball. As Hall sets it back up.
Prater had leaked out there. If Doris could have controlled that, that would have been an easy layup on the other end.
Dribble in there, trying to get the ball down into that entry post. She takes it herself. No good. Lackey comes down with a good rebound. Looking for the outlet pass. Got to get rid of it, girl. Passes it up. We got one more pass. There you go. To Prater underneath. And bounces around and drops in. 6-4. Oh, whew. Almost a foul there as Beaver pokes that ball free.
Checking in for the Cougars, number 4, Ella Nelson.
Nelson comes in, and Doris gets a breather for the first time tonight.
For the Tigers, number 22.
And Fuller checks in for Aldridge. So Alcaraz dribbles the ball up. Cougars wait for that trap. Ball skipped across, and I believe that was Willis who was open on the far side. And good pass breakup by Exeter as the Cougars had the numbers and they were pushing the ball up the court really well. So it's now 6-6. A minute 6
got
left.
Sucked in on that play. Everyone front side, leaving the back side open.
Prater passes back to Beaver. Beaver thinks about to get to Nelson. Nelson underneath, wide open is Lackey. And a good find by Nelson, a good finish by Lackey.
Yeah, the high-low entry. Nice soft touch to finish.
Cougars putting the pressure on. What? A little indecisiveness there. So he called a timeout. That's what it was. She threw it off her leg. Yeah.
Yeah, so he should have just signaled the direction and then asked her if she wanted a timeout. Said it seemed a little bit like he wasn't sure what he was calling.
So Lackey coming in and adding some points off the bench. Currently our leading scorer with 4 points. And she's just getting in the right position. So it'll be Exeter's ball after that, throwing it off the leg / timeout. And we got a 3 pull here from deep. Off the mark, Cougars, she comes up with the rebound. Kicks it back over to Hall. It bounces off, and a couple of Cougars poke that ball out of bounds, and it'll stay with Exeter.
Cougars got to do a better job perimeter boxing out. That loose ball just had a bunch of free runners to it.
So ball in. Cougars, she's thinking about it, trying to get in Hilbert. Whoa. Prater flies in. No foul call, but we're going to get a jump here as Beaver gets tangled up with Willis.
Yeah, Prater goes for the aggressive steal. Seemed like it could have been a foul. Who knows?
Who knows? It wasn't called. Ball's loose. Cougars doing a good job getting the fast break opportunity here. Beaver slows it down, hesitates, looks for that pass through to Sanchez. And that buzzer beater by Sanchez just a little long. And the Cougars hang on to an 8-6 lead at the end of the first quarter.
Tonight's homecoming game is brought to you by Stifel Investment Services. Chris Williams.
Got a word about our sponsor tonight, Brian?
Go Cougars.
Stifel Investment Services is sponsoring tonight. I want to thank them for supporting the Cougar Athletics.
That's been great having some of the sponsorships that we have here with the banners around the room and then some of the commercial breaks that we kind of have in-house. Appreciate all the support from our local sponsors. Student section thinned out after the varsity boys game.
Yeah, it was a long boring boys game. Maybe if it was a competitive game, they would have hung around for the girls, but maybe the assumption that it was going to be a boring girls game too.
Well, so far it's been a tight game.
Yeah, this is a good one.
As Cougars have a 2-point lead going into the second quarter, and the Cougars have their starting lineup back out. Look over at Sanchez. Sanchez ready for it. Try to get that entry pass in that high-low action. Beaver drives through the traffic, gets her own rebound, puts it back up. And good offensive rebound by Beaver.
Way to stay with it. She found a rebound and then was patient enough. Well, instead of the travel, she gets the offensive foul. So.
Foul's going to be on the Tigers. Number 4.
I mean, she was going into alley. I don't know if that's the call I would have given it, but we got it. Over to Stout. Stout looks over to Beaver. Beaver to Ella. Ella just goes up, tries to shoot over the defender. And Alcaraz able to secure the loose ball. Doris trying to come around, maybe poke it. Beaver does poke it and gets the ball to Hall. And the Cougars settle down on their defense. So, I mean, you can see what the Cougars are trying to do here is they're trying to shut down Hilburn as it looks like that's what Exeter's trying to get to. And right on cue, they get the ball into Hilburn. Ball's hard off. Nelson with a good block. Immediately pushes it up the court. One more pass, gets it to Sanchez. Sanchez off the mark. Doris wants three, just long. And Exeter comes out with the rebound. Now they're gonna pass it long, get up to Alcaraz. Alcaraz hands the ball off to Hilburn. Hilburn goes into the paint. And the Cougars here on a one-on-one opportunity. Julia goes up, ball gets blocked. And Doris kicks it back out to Stout, who, man, Cougars are getting some opportunities, man. We just got to finish.
Yeah, good looks for the Cougars.
Alcaraz looks for the high screen. So over to Hall. Hall looks to drive it on her own and just shoots long and wide after a good defense. Doris having a tough time hanging on that pass. Let's see if Sanchez gets this one and just off. Cougars cold from range tonight. So we've yet to hit a three. Ball's lobbed up, Stout reads it. And now we've got a pretty good layup opportunity here for Nelson. And good job as Exeter Tigers just look tired.
Timeout, Cougars. No, timeout, Tigers. 30 seconds, timeout.
So Cougars just keeping the tempo of the game up. And just that last possession, last couple, minute or so of basketball, they're able to get the ball back and forth, even though they weren't able to finish all of it. They're just kind of gassing out Exeter.
Yeah, it certainly feels like it could be 30 points for the Cougars already. We've had 4 or 5 of those where we get a transition opportunity and we have 2 players in the paint with nobody there and we just haven't been able to finish.
I feel like we've said this tonight. Is this the first time we've talked about this tonight?
It feels familiar.
It does feel familiar. And the Cougars, Exeter working hard to get Hilburn the ball underneath. And Cougars just doing a good job of providing backside help to try to take that away. Ball to Hilburn. Looks to bring the ball up. Cougars settle down in their defense. And we're on 2 high post action. And ball's loose, and there's the jump ball. And that ball's going to go to Exeter. Willis to throw the ball in, looking for Hilburn. And that ball's just going to slip to the hands of number 12, Aldridge.
Checking in for the Cougars, number 20.
Substitution here as Quaddy comes in to give Nelson a breather. So Beaver brings the ball up. Doris looks for the penetration, kicks it back. Man, good look, good play. Just can't get him to fall.
Yeah, we've talked before about a three-point philosophy versus a three-point skill. I like that she's taking him when she's open. The offense needs to do a better job of offensive rebounding off those.
Skip back over, entry pass. Looks to drive in, a little bit of contact, not called. Floating pass over to Sanchez. Pass over to Quaddy, gets underneath. And good job by Sanchez hanging on that ball and find Quaddy open underneath.
Yeah, Quaddy ran to the weak side block, ready for the pass, and just patiently put it in.
And Quaddy's going to get called for the foul here. She reached in as number 15, Hall, started cutting through the lane.
Cougars, number 20, Jenna Quaddy. That's her first personal and team first.
So Cougars now with a 14-6 lead.
Beatrice Alcaraz.
Alcaraz checks in for Fuller. Alcaraz to throw the ball in. trying to get that pass underneath, and the Cougars poke it away. And wow, okay. Called off of Exeter, so it'll be Cougars ball. Beaver checks with coach. Coach puts in the offense. So to Stout, down to Doris. Look at the first cutter. Beaver handles the pass. And she travels as she was trying to stop her momentum to try to get a better angle to pass it to Stout.
I just realized there's a lot of extra cheerleaders here.
Yeah. They traveled, their cheerleaders traveled well tonight. And Quaddy gets cooked on the baseline as Willis goes through. Bounce pass. Bounce pass just off as Doris was trying to get into Stout and just rolled off her fingers. 14-8, Cougars lead, 3:18 left in the first half. A little confusion as they're trying to figure out who's going to be there for that bottom side of that trap that they're trying to run. Joel Aldridge goes up and ball last touched by the Cougars.
I feel like that was a foul on Doris, but I also thought it was out of bounds on Exeter. So.
Checking in for the Cougars, number 5, Julie Prater, and number 4, Ella Nelson.
So Prater and Nelson check in for Quaddy and Sanchez. Acarez over to Hall, leaving kind of Hall open. And that's what they're doing. The Cougars just fronting. I like that take. Oh, man. And Prater last tipped it out of bounds, but they're going to give it to us anyways. So Doris, so the plan is with Hilburn is they're just fronting. Doris is just man guarding her and fronting her. And they're hoping for the teammates to come in and provide backside help. Leaves Doris open. Range is still closed for the Chiefs. Or the Chiefs. Or the Cougars.
The College Heights Chiefs.
How many times have I done that? I've done that quite a bit, especially when we've called a couple of football games together. Acarez to Hall. Hall looks for the screen and the roll, loses the dribble, hangs on to it. Pass underneath, Nelson's. And they're going to get called for a travel as she kind of pushes her way into Hall, into Nelson.
Good job by Nelson holding her position. That easily could have been a defensive foul, but she was able to stay upright and travel is called. I think that's the right call.
Beaver, so now we got a high pressure here. Beaver spots it, gets it back to Stout before she crosses the line over to Nelson. Nelson takes it in to exploit that type of defense. Lackey gets a good rebound, and ball's last tip by Prater.
I like what you said there about Beaver spotting the press. That's a mature point guard that's able to not cross the midcourt line and create the trouble that's not needed.
Cougars running their three-quarter court press. Don't need to pick up any unnecessary fouls, but we got 10 seconds there, so great job. That was a fast 10 seconds.
You know, it did feel a little fast, but I think it was the right call because the refs are inerrant.
Not these refs, Brian.
The throw-in spot is errant.
Oh, that's a tough pass. Hilburn slows it down, waits for her teammates. Gets back to Acarez. Acarez over to Hall. Yeah, we got Nelson fronting Hilburn now. Acarez over to Willis. Willis floats one. Stout comes up with the rebound. Pushes that ball down, and Cougars have a great opportunity here. And ball into Nelson. Nelson pump fakes, goes up, draws the foul. And a good play. I think when Beaver got control of that ball, the Cougars had 4-on-1. but it was a crowded lane.
Number 15, Bobby Hall. That's her first personal and team second. Nelson at the line, team 2.
Nelson shot well from the line against Pierce City on Tuesday night. And floats that one in there.
Cougars, number 2, Julia Sanchez.
Sanchez and Doris come back in for Prater and Stout. And we got a lane violation. Yep, lane violation as number 15, Bobby Hall, stepped into the other player's box before Nelson had finished the free throw.
It seemed like she might have stepped on Lackey's foot and then just stayed on her foot.
It's like she knew she had done it, so Nelson takes advantage of that on the second free throw and makes it. Hall trying to get it and floats it, luckily over
Clever
the height.
play.
Yeah. And Willis underneath, bounces long. Lackey goes up for the rebound, loose ball. Lackey rips it free. The Cougars, one more pass up to Sanchez. And Cougars doing a great job on transition to make it a 10-point lead. Hall back over to Alcaraz. Cougars need to get back here on D. Alcaraz drives through the traffic, and Jesse gets called for her second foul.
Fouling on the Cougars, number 10, Jessica Weaver.
I don't know about that call, Brian.
And team second.
He didn't feel like there was a shooting foul there, or not a foul in general.
Well, you saw the contact. I thought maybe she'd be on the ground. She was in motion towards the rim, but it definitely felt like it was on the floor.
Well, if the dribble stopped, then she can pivot or step, continue, and it's a shooting foul.
But I don't emotionally like that. Got to get some help here.
Might need to take a timeout here.
Nelson doing a good job breaking that. Takes a long floating and rebound. Sanchez wanted that three as she was set. Don't foul. She traveled, but doesn't matter. So Cougars with a good second quarter take advantage and just push the lead a little bit to make it a 18-10 lead going into halftime.
Yeah, low-scoring game, but not for lack of opportunities. The Cougars have just been up and down the floor at the rim with their opportunities. Just haven't converted yet.
Welcome back in for the final half of Cougar basketball here at homecoming at the East Campus, home of the Cougars. JV boys won pretty handily, just the same thing as the varsity boys, and so the varsity girls get their turn here as the final game of the night. A little bit of a slow start. I think we ended the first quarter 6-4, but the Cougars tripling their score here in the second quarter, as their fast break really set up a lot of opportunities for them. Cougars doing a good job defensively, as a lot of the offense for Exeter goes through their big Hilburn. And so the Cougars running basically a box and one as they're fronting Hilburn, which most of that work's been done by Doris tonight. So Cougars go back with the original starters. Same thing for Exeter. So ball thrown in as Beaver, kind of a bounce pass to Sanchez. Ball passed over there. Sanchez fires it, just bounces long. She actually caught me on my break over there just a second ago. She goes, Mr. Quadio, what do I got to do to make some threes? What am I doing wrong with my shot? And I said, keep firing them. Keep firing them. They'll drop. Have some confidence.
Yeah, I'd like to see that backside rebound crash sneak into that block and steal some offensive rebounds on those misses, because those are good misses. They're coming down right in the paint.
Yeah, Cougars had a great job against Seneca last week, and then one of the biggest things was, man, they were just dominating the rebounds, even though we were undersized. But doing a great job flashing to the ball. Man, they're trying to get that ball into Hilburn. And Cougars just making that difficult. Good job by Doris, just playing really great defense. And that backside help is just such a deterrent. Sanchez throws the ball over, Sanchez providing the defense and the turnover as Hall can't hang on to the pass. And more Exeter breaks for tying shoes. That's the second of the girls. There was 3 of the varsity boys. So everybody getting ready for that press. That backdoor pass, there it is to Doris. Good hands as she hangs onto the ball. And Doris gets 2 points to extend and double up the lead. Oh, yeah, good. Oh. So Nelson called for the foul. And one of the players for Exeter's injured. And so substitution here.
Is that Alcaraz?
Alcaraz will go grab a seat, yeah. And Fuller comes in their place. I didn't see any type of contact, but Nelson came through, grabbed the ball, I thought, pretty cleanly. And then as she twisted, maybe that's where some of that contact was. So skip pass. More to Hall. And oh, we're gonna get a foul here. I don't know if you got that play.
Well, I can get there.
So Nelson, the last couple of games, has played a pretty clean game in the first half, and then unfortunately has picked up some quicker fouls at the beginning of the second half. But last couple of games, not so much to get her in a foul trouble where she can't be out there, but we definitely need her out there really for her rebounding and what she creates offensively. Ball's tipped out, yeah, I would agree with that one, by Fuller. And so Doris throws the ball into Beaver. And we get similar type of pressure. No, this is different type of pressure than they ran before. So Nelson bounce pass over to Stout. Skip pass up to Beaver. One more to Doris. Oh, just a little high to Nelson, but the right read.
Yeah, really nice idea by Doris. Just
5 seconds.
A little bit miscommunicating.
Oh. Oh, we got a problem. Okay, so Nelson, they got tied up. Loose ball there, and the frustration by Hall as she started swinging. And so the refs are talking about what's a call here. That has to be a technical foul, if not an ejection. She clearly took a couple swings. Neither of them landed. Oh, man. I disagree with that. As no technical foul was called, no ejection was given.
So was that a jump ball?
Just a jump ball.
So
And
that was Exeter's arrow.
Hilburn pushing and takes that shot and kisses it off the glass. Man, I really disagree fundamentally with that call. I'm still kind of shook by this. But Hall's going to pick up the foul on that one. As that should be her 4th foul. But it's just her 3rd. So clearly frustrated here. She heard your honesty joke and didn't appreciate it. Man, Cougars still cold. Good job by Nelson to rip that one free. And we'll get a jump ball that'll go to Exeter. Cougars putting a high full court press. Ball floated into Hilburn. Hilburn passes the ball down to Willis. And good job by Doris to hustle down there and poke that ball free.
Exeter's just hanging around.
Yeah.
Cougars are having trouble putting them away with some key baskets.
Ball into Hill, just open. Loose ball, and we should get a foul there as number 20, was it 22, 21? Yeah, 22. Fuller decided she was gonna hug Doris. Second team foul, 20-13. Ball to Nelson, backdoor to Sanchez, and that shot gets blocked. One more to Nelson, who just bounces it out. Cougars struggling with just getting that ball in the basket underneath. Stout bounces it into Doris. One more to Beaver. Beaver gets Stout for the 3. Long. Man.
Again, that backside rebound, we got to fill that backside block to get that offensive rebound.
Yeah, Cougars got to do a better job of helping after the rebound. Man, quick jump call. I feel like Exeter really kind of had possession of that. And Alcaraz, thankfully, whatever was ailing her, she's back in. Passing to Beaver. Exeter showing the trap. Floats it into Doris. And tipped by Hall. Hilburn dribbles through the traffic and lays it in. It's off. Nelson comes in for the rebound, but knocks it out of bounds. And it'll stay Exeter.
It's a nice attempt to their left, just too strong.
Substitution here as Prater comes in for Sanchez. Entry pass into Hilburn, and what? So Hilburn dribbled the ball on the out of bounds, but maybe they say it was tipped by the Cougars first. Floating in Hilburn, good defense by Doris, and Nelson's getting called for her 3rd foul. Got our hands low as the ball came through, and Alcaraz would go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that rip through by Alcaraz created the foul on the arm of Nelson.
Alcaraz rolls one out, so with 3 fouls, Nelson's gonna have to set for the remainder of the 3rd quarter. As we'll see Lackey come in to substitute for her. Yeah, Cougars just so cold from 3 so far. And a 2-handed shot drops. And Hilburn, what? What? No. What are you guys? So Exeter makes the shot, then takes the ball out of bounds to bring it up.
I was like, did I give the point to the wrong team? Am I losing my mind?
Does not help me trust the attentiveness of our refs tonight. That's what a Prater and a Doris. Skips one, good hands by Stout to hang on to that tough pass. Steps through. Beaver looking in there to, oh, she's looking for Lackey, but Willis read it. And comes away with the steal. Perez, oh, pretty close to that travel there. Oh, Beaver tried to steal it. Steps through, good rebound by Lackey. Go help her, guards.
3 players for the Tigers defending the rebound.
And we got a timeout by White.
Timeout Cougars. Full timeout.
So Cougars not really helping much. When we do get a rebound, getting that ball to that outlet as quickly as possible. You know, some of that I think is a function of the fast break offense that they, you know, try to get into position. But the Exeter just kind of sticking around.
Yeah, it's a 2-possession game. And anything can happen with a 6-point lead. The Cougars definitely seem like the better team, but need to start showing it on the scoreboard.
Yeah, talking with Coach B earlier this week, you know, Coach was talking about his sick players, and he said, man, got to get healthy before we have our conference game on Friday night. And obviously, you know, understands the significance and importance of this game. And so I'd like to see the Cougars, drop a little bit more. Getting their looks. Just got to get some of those shots to drop.
I don't think we've made a 3-point shot
We
yet.
haven't. Yep. And again, Doris, Beaver, Sanchez, Stout all will make some threes. I think Prater had one in the last game. Doris is going to drive in, get that bounce pass just a little low to Stout, and that shot falls, so good. And that starts a little run here for the Cougars. Oh, nice play there. Oh, big block by Hilburn as she comes over and just throws that ball out of bounds on Beaver, but I still love the steal and the play by the Cougars. Sanchez comes back in. Prater goes out. Over to Sanchez. She decides not to pull it, but Beaver decides not to pull it. One more to Sanchez. Over to Beaver. And they set into their offense after the inbounds play. Screen. Rolling pass.
Jesse is planning to play soccer in college.
And so you think that's impacting her game tonight?
Well, that was a nice kick to the corner.
Good one, Brian. Or Sanchez, she gets open for 3, and there we go.
Automatic.
Just got to have that confidence in herself. She's a great shooter and proved it there. And Hilbert, just a really strong two-handed pass, and nice hands there. Great defensive play by, no, what are you talking? I said, anyways, but Lackey did a great job on the 3-on-1 just to disrupt that because they haven't had that opportunity underneath. But good to see that 3-point fall. Hopefully first of many. Ball's long, good position there. And again, I don't know if that's the right call either on that one. So Beaver bringing the ball down, gets Stout. Man, those passes just a little low. Got to help her, girls. Good job by Stout to get rid of it. One more to Sanchez. Let's go. And there we go. There we go. Big three from Julia. The double up, 14-28. Willis goes up for the shot. No good. Rebound. And Beavers pushing that ball up. Finds Stout. Bounce pass a little bit behind Doris. She goes up into the contact. And she's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Feels a little bit more like they're playing their style of basketball right now, Brian.
Yeah, made shots make all the difference.
It does.
We made 8 points on 2 threes and a nice 15-footer from Allie.
You see that, getting that ball, steal, frustrating the opponents, and getting that ball, pushing it up in transition. So Doris good on the first. Let's keep this run going. And True on the second, good shooting.
Good looking free throws.
Hilburn dribbling the ball up, zips it down there, and unable to be controlled as that pass was at the feet of Willis. And a turnover goes to the Cougars. You feel like if the Cougars can score a couple more points here going into the fourth quarter, really taking that momentum with them. One more to Sanchez. She's hot from 3, and she keeps it rolling. Keeps it rolling. And Exeter takes a timeout as Julia's dropped 3 of her last 3 shots.
Yeah, Sanchez getting hot in the second half. That's been what I've seen from her in the past games, is she finds her rhythm late.
Yeah, the Cougars, after being cold all night, not making any threes, all of a sudden just really open it up now with those 3 threes and really extending the lead to now a 19-point lead.
Out of that timeout from Blankenship, the Cougars have scored 13 straight.
Whew. So again, you want to take that momentum. I always thought that break before fourth quarter is so important for confidence and momentum for either team. Because you go in the fourth quarter, hey, we got this, stuff like that. You know, the last couple minutes of the fourth quarter, it's kind of almost anything goes, but you can break the spirit, the morale of the team going in the fourth quarter. They kind of come into that fourth with their heads low and you know, kind of like, man, how do we dig out of this? You know, that kind of stuff. And so you want to really end that quarter, I think, on a high note. Passing to Alvarez. Cougars providing the trap, but open up the sideline. Good hands by Doris to tip the ball. Don't pick up an unnecessary foul. Paul goes down in it and just, yep, that's what they've been wanting to do all night, is they floated that ball into Hilburn. Cougars, quick transition. Got to go up with it. Oh, back out to Beaver. Thought about the 3, steps into the 2, doesn't get the roll. And a rebound by Exeter. As Hilburn pushes the ball up the court. All the way, I think she's going to go all the way in, take a shot. And just rims out. And a shot over the backboard. No, didn't touch the backboard, and we're going to get a blocking foul here on number 4, Hall. That's going to be her fourth foul of the game. Just under 6 seconds left. I'd love to see Sanchez get another look at it before the end of the. Wait, is that the 5th foul? Oh, it's a shooting foul, excuse me.
Yeah, 5th foul put him in the bonus. I actually had it as 4 on the board, but 5th. I didn't get Doris's foul charted, apparently.
So, bigger story is Hal's got 4 fouls. And Short. And so she'll sit out for a minute as Willis comes in her place. Or excuse me, not Willis, but Aldridge. Shot rolls out. Hilbrun pushes the ball up the court, and we just, oh man, throws it pretty hard off the backboard.
That's a strong arm.
That's a strong arm. And we've seen that as they've been able to get the ball down the court, just softball throwing it down the court. And so the Cougars go into the fourth quarter with a 33-16 lead. Got the New Heights cheerleaders. We got one student standing. I don't know if he has a girlfriend on the cheerleading squad. Nope, he's out now. He's sitting down now. Makes me wonder, are you going to bring out the kiss cam, Brian, later this year, like you did at the end of the last season?
For Valentine's Day, we'll bring it out.
Valentine's. We have a game?
Well, we did on Valentine's Day last year. That's why I did the kiss cam, but we'll do it around Valentine's Day when kissing's in the mood. We are planning to do a 6-7 cam.
Oh my gosh. Well, what's the 6-7 cam, Brian?
Well, you just cut to a person and they have to do the 6-7.
But what if they don't know?
They know.
So Cougars open up the fourth quarter. The Exeter's ball, 33-16 lead. Don't just want to hang on to this lead. You know, you want to be able to take advantage of some of the things that we've done, shooting well from range. Great defense tonight by Carly Doris. Just having a face guard Hilbrun all night long. Bounce back over to Willis. Passes back up, and we got a 3-shot here that's good. And that's how you want to start the fourth quarter if you're Exeter. Makes it a 33-19 lead. Down to Doris. Doris dribbles out. Back up to Beaver. Couple screens coming across. And Sanchez, can she make it 4 in a row? And she can. Big time shooting. And Stout poking at that ball. Driving in hard off the glass. And gonna get a jump ball here. That'll go to the Cougars. 7:06 left. As Sanchez. How many points does Sanchez have now? She has 14 points and leading the Cougar scores.
Yeah, made her last 4 threes after I think she was 0 for her first 6.
Was it 6?
I like to say, how good of a three-point shooter do you have to be to miss 6 three-pointers?
How good do you have to be?
Well, you have to be good enough to
shoot that
let
many?
the coach keep playing you when you keep shooting. But it's come through big for her now, making 4 in a row.
Stout sets up the offense. Ooh, that was a good read by Hilbrun. If she wouldn't have got there, Doris had the back door pretty open. So you got the Joplin Police Department here. They've heard the balloons going off, maybe thinking they were gunshots. Ball to Nelson, good to have her back in. Floats one just off the side of the rim. Nelson, after picking up her 3rd foul, set out most of the 3rd quarter, so she's back in here now. Alcaraz trying to look at getting that ball down the court, and she does to Willis. Aldridge can't hang on to it. Man, she almost travels every time. So close. Hilbrun, we got a screen off Alcaraz. Hilbrun looking to drive it down the lane, and we got an illegal screen. Said that she hooked her.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I see what he's calling there on that low block. She kind of was posting up.
Cougars doing a great job handling the press tonight. Screen by Nelson. Doris over to Stout.
Oh.
Falls down.
Nice step back by Stout.
Pass up to Beaver. Yeah, you always want to say, like, if she falls down, man, just shoot the rock wherever you are, right then.
And then just point at her.
Just shoot it. Oh, nice drive. Oh, just a little hard, but that was a great lane and take by Beaver. as she just kind of read that and had good dribbling there. Oh, see what? That's travel. Whew. Yeah, again, so 2 points. Stout looks to get in the board, and she's going to get a and one. Big three by Stout. We got to watch that on replay.
Oh, man.
She got clobbered.
Yeah, she did.
As Fuller came through, tried to block the shot 2 seconds after she shot it. And we got a substitution here as Hall, who has four fouls, checks in for Fuller. So she's got 4 fouls on the night. So Stout with the opportunity to make a 4-point play. Only seen once this year by Titus Clevenger. And doesn't fall through. Oh, God, that, woo. So back there on the other side, Hall tried to set a screen and went into Nelson. And Cougars with a wide open layup opportunity here. And great play by Stout off for a good rebound and push. And we got a timeout. So I don't know if you caught that action. It was on the last time that Exeter had the ball. They were pushing up the court on the fast break.
Yeah, I didn't grab it.
And Hall went hunting for a screen on Nelson. And luckily there was no contact given. So Exeter's asking some questions here. Coach B's talking to his team, and the ref's talking with the ref, or the Exeter coach talking with the ref about. She's still asking about that screen, I think. That offensive foul. That's always a tough thing when you're talking to a ref. It's like, well, you're not going to change anything. You know, and you're trying to maybe adjust their thinking moving forward. But how many times is a play like that going to be called?
Yeah.
So Cougars with a 20-point lead. 5:24 left in the game. Really kind of controlling the game here, especially whenever they're able to get on transition, get that fast break. And now shooting really well from range. And I'm watching the frustration boil up with Exeter. Alcaraz throws the ball in the Hall. Hall's going to set it up. With Alcaraz. Screen trying to get Hilburn open, but good defense by the Cougars. Couple screens coming through across. Willis now has the ball up top, and Sanchez is going to get called for the foul. She made contact with her as Willis brought the ball across.
Foul's going to be on the Cougars, number 2, Julia Sanchez. That's her second personal, and team first.
Hall throws the ball to Alcaraz. Got the screen to Hilburn. She's trying to cut through, travels, and a jump ball. So she takes some bonus steps, but they're going to call jump ball. Ball up to Hall, one more to Alcaraz. She's trying to make something happen. Send it back up. And Willis goes for 3, and she makes the big-time 3-point to keep them in the game. But the Cougars immediately out in transition. And Stout just unable to really control that pass, and a little bit late to Doris. But it'll stay Cougars ball. That's in. There's the Sanchez for 3. She doesn't take it. Instead does a nice step through. Passes long, good rebound by Beaver. couple high screen, looking for that backdoor pass. And instead, Doris takes it herself, just leaves it a little short. Maybe that was tipped. And trying to push the ball up, but the Cougars are just quicker. Beaver, she's got the lane, and she's going to get the block foul. It's going to be called on Willis. That's her third foul, third team foul. Just under 4 minutes left. Cougars hang on to a 17-point lead. Ball to Doris. Doris gets hammered as Hilbrun fouls. That's just her second foul of the night.
Boston-Mill Tigers, number 10, Shay Hilburn. That's her second personal, and team 4.
I'm really pleased, again, with the Coach B's game plan there to take Hilbrun out of the game as much as you can. She only has 9 points on the night. Doris shooting well from range, or from free throw. Makes her first. And rolls out on the second, but Nelson secures the rebound, gets herself into position. And good offensive rebound and putback by Ella Nelson. Now we got a 20-point lead. Down to Willis. And Willis wide open as the Cougars fail to get back on defense. And we got a timeout by Coach B. And it's a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout.
Tigers gave the Cougars a little bit of their own medicine there on that after a made basket, quick transition layup. That's what the Cougars are so good at. And I think Blankenship is happy with letting that happen after I'm sure they work on defending that as much as they work on running it.
Yeah, imagine if you put the JV team in there. They know how to guard it because they get run on them all the time.
Yeah.
So Cougars 3 minutes and 37 seconds away from the clean sweep of homecoming games. Up 18 points. As Exeter shows full court man. Doris over to Beaver. Cougars have the opportunity to control this game. Take their time. Find the most open shots. Now they're getting a little aggressive as Nelson drives in, and good layup. As their defender goes for the steal, gets cooked, and Nelson just has a good open lane. Oh, and yeah, that's going to be a foul on Beaver. She came across. She just got the arm of Hilburn. Hilburn. So that's the Cougars' second foul. 3:03 left with a 20-point lead. So if Exeter's going to dig out of this, they got to start pushing. Hall now sets the ball up, back one more to Willis. Willis has been good from three tonight. Over to Hall. Hall drives in. Good defense there by Sanchez to go straight up. Block, and Hilburn gets up and gets 2 points off that rebound. 2:30 left. One more to Nelson, and she's going to get pushed in the back. She had a good position after a good pass, and Aldridge is going to pick up the foul. And Nelson to go to the free throw line to get it back to a 20-point lead. Good shot by Nelson. Substitute here as Fuller comes in for Aldridge. Nelson gets set up for her second free throw. Short, but gets her own rebound, goes back up, shoots hard. Ball, rebound goes long. Willis over to Hall. And Doris guarding her for some reason. Oh man, she throw that all. Hilbert, she just kind of pump fakes her way through and gets the 2 points. Beaver over to Sanchez. She's going to make it, no, almost 5 in a row. Oh, man. Man, they're going to get a block foul on Sanchez. And that's her 3rd foul, and we're going to get some substitutions here for Cougars as Lackey and Quaddy come in for Doris and Nelson, as the Cougars have a 17-point lead with 1:50 left. All pass over to Hilburn. Drives in, going to get fouled. And she's going to go to the free throw line as they immediately attack Lackey. So Doris, who's been face guarding Hilburn all night long and really done a great job, not giving up many points. Once she steps out, they just go right after Lackey, who comes in her relief. Hilburn off on both. Lackey comes up with the rebound, gets it to Stout. Minute 35 left. Stout over to Quaddy. Quaddy doing a good job facing the defender, and she's going to get called for the travel as she tried to push through some contact. Doris back in for Sanchez. I'm assuming he'll probably be done for the night after having just a huge night. I think leading all the Cougars in points. I think part of that Doris just getting back in there on Hilburn. I think that's part of the reason that she went back in. I don't know if she was going to go back in tonight at all, but Hilburn got those points. Pass over to Lackey. Oh, excuse me, on the way down to Lackey, and it's last touched by Alcaraz. Minute 7 left for the Cougars closing out homecoming. Bounce pass into Quaddy. Good drive. She tries to hang onto the ball. But I love that she drove in, faced the defender, and drove in on the baseline off of that. I like that attack. So good job, Jenna Catherine. Jenna Catherine.
With a C or a K?
It is with a K. Ball to Alcaraz. She's guarded by Lackey. Way to be there. And we'll get a jump ball that'll go to the Cougars. We got a substitution here. Prater's going to come in for the Cougars. And checking in for senior Allie Stout, who had a solid game. You get some help for Doris. Beaver gets the ball in. Beaver goes through the pressure, and she's going to have a good opportunity to take the lane. No foul called. Lackey goes back up underneath. No shot there. Good play, and gets shoved in the back. And they're going to call an intentional foul. Yeah. Yeah, she just got shoved. They called the intentional foul pretty quickly. And so that foul on Fuller sent Beaver to the line to shoot 2. It's a little late in the game to call that. I mean, I agree with that call, but you could see the frustration kind of boil up all night long on Exeter. Beaver short on the first. And good on the second. And the rest of the bench comes in as Hutzel and Lawrence check in as Doris and Beaver grab a seat for the night. So passing to Lawrence. And Willis reads that pass and steals it and goes down and rolls the layup in.
Bailey Willis for 2.
Pass over to Quaddy. She gets it back to Hutzel. Hutzel staying out of any type of trap. Pass over to Prater. And Cougars take a knee. So clean sweep for the Cougars tonight as the Lady Cougars finish the third game of the night with a solid victory, beating a conference team, Exeter, by 16, 48-32. I wouldn't say that was their best offensive performance for most of the game, but getting those points together at the very end, and then just steady and control and a good game plan. So congrats to the Lady Cougars on winning tonight. What's our next game, Brian? I don't remember.
The boys play Tuesday at Fair Grove. I'm not sure what the girls do. The Monday's off school for
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Well, thanks for being part of tonight's homecoming festivities. And we look forward to following more Cougar basketball next week.